Welcome back, guys, to the Spurgeon Piper. This is Wilson with you today, and I had some downtime. Kids are away, my wife's away. They're at something to do with school, and I thought I would get in a video while I had some kind of downtime. It's really just me procrastinating, but that's okay. I need to time to time. It's probably good for me. Right now, by the way, I am smoking out of my Savinelli Eleganza 315. This is one of my favorite Savinelli pipes, or it is my favorite Savinelli pipes. I really like the Prince model, and I've been tempted to get eventually more of this model and replace some of my other pipes eventually. That's more of like a long term goal. There's a few models that I care for, that I'm drawn to, and this is one of them. It smokes well while I'm reading or writing, and so or it handles well in my mouth while I'm reading and writing, so it's one that I take to most. But I am smoking University Flake out of it. This is my Virginia Burley pipe, and so it's usually what I smoke, my Solani H Burley Flake, University Flake out of, and other Burley blends that I might try. So today, I wanted to get into 5 blends. I guess it'll be 5 blends. Yes, 5 blends. Maybe there's some runner-ups. I forgot all I have out here. 5 blends that I plan on smoking more in the fall, and I guess kind of winter maybe added with that. Now I'm in Texas, and I love fall, but we don't have a long fall period. It's summer for most of the year. Then we have a couple of weeks, I feel like, on the spring end and on the fall end where it's beautiful weather. And then here comes winter with its, like, sometimes it's quite cold. So cold and a lot of times rainy weather. And that lasts for, I don't know, a couple months or something like that. So, some of you guys live in areas where you have a lot better fall weather. I've been to Wisconsin in the dead of January, and I've been to Missouri in fall, and done some work there when I was in farming, and I really miss those areas. And now Wisconsin probably doesn't have as much of a fall. You guys have the opposite issue than I have, but nonetheless, I always tend to smoke tobaccos that remind me of the picturesque fall of the brisk, cool air, or crisp air, the foliage changing, things like that. That's in my mind. So that's coming up. Nonetheless, some of you are already kind of itching that way, inching that way. September's about to arrive, and I know some places are already going to experience that change. So I wanted to go over some blends that I plan on smoking more of. I'm not saying they're going to be in my rotation fully, but they will be more those be blends that I touch on or grab more often out of my cellar. So, by the way, they're in no particular order. It's not one being the best, 5 the worst. So to start off, I want to hit on one that I've reviewed before, and I don't have a lot of it currently, but I plan on getting more, and that's Sublift Holiday Mix. This is like a weird amalgam of an aromatic. It's not labeled as an aromatic. It's labeled as an American or an American blend, and it has an assortment of Burley, Virginias, a little bit of, I think, Latakia and Oriental, I believe, Oriental. Um, and it's a quite an interesting blend. If you haven't watched it, I have a review about it in the tobacco reviews playlist that I have on my page. You can find it there. But long story short, this has a taste of like marshmallow, and it just suits really well with that time of year because we think of hot cocoa and marshmallows, and it does have a hint of chocolate along with it. So it's a great blend for that reason alone, and it doesn't taste like a flat out aromatic. You're getting the natural flavors out of it. So that is one I really enjoy. and I've returned to it occasionally, even during the summer. But it's going to be a great fall and winter blend. So next one up is one I don't smoke hardly at all, except in the fall and winter. I mean, I haven't touched it all spring or summer, and that is Cornwall Deal Star of the East Flake. So as you can see, I don't have much of it. It's just in this pint jar, and it's a darker or heavier English blend, heavy in Latakia, and it's not one that's going to give you a nice room notes. So be aware of that. Like most other English blends, it's quite heavy. Uh, it's kind of similar to you're getting close to similarity between this and the heaviness of like a I don't know a London mixture or Dunhill London mixture, which I really enjoy. And so this is a great blend that has a buttery taste to it, which may sound odd if you never tried it. Like that might not be appetizing, but I greatly enjoy it. It suits the colder weather, especially winter. So some of these are more like wintry. This is one of them, maybe I'd say. But the cold evenings in the fall or winter, or even mornings, this one suits really well. I really enjoy this one. It'll be one I pick up time to time. Next one up, it's a loved blend. I think it's this Cornwall Deal's one of their more popular blends. Out of they have 300 or something like that. I think 250, and that is Autumn Evening. Autumn Evening. I don't have the tin. Sorry, I bought this in bulk. So this is an aromatic. If you're not familiar with Autumn Evening, this is a molasses or a maple flavored uh, aromatic blend. But there's more going on to it with that. I mean, it smells like pancakes. If you never tried it, it's a quality aromatic. Uh, Problem with a lot of aromatics, they smell amazing, but you lose the taste, right? This is one that's not the case. I'm not a big aromatic guy, but I can tell you now that's not the case. I think that's why many like this blend. It goes well with fall. You know, it's not surprising. That maple, maybe slight vanilla, nutmegish seasoning to it is fantastic for the fall. It's one I grab more often. At least once or twice a week, maybe even more. And it goes well with this time of year, especially you think of time like areas and regions, New Hampshire, Vermont, where there's more maple trees and things like that. So that's one I really recommend. If you're not a big aromatic guy, you might find yourself enjoying this in the fall. Next one, kind of go in line with Star of the East, is one I've talked about before, and that is GOP's Quiet Nights. GOP's Quiet Nights. I don't have much in here. I have some more in the cellar, but I do smoke this during the spring and summer occasionally, not too often. I'm okay with smoking light English blends even during the day in the summer, like even at night, because I just don't always need that heaviness. But in the fall and winter, I'm gonna pick more towards the heavier English blends, especially in the evening time, or those days where it's just cloudy all day and cool, pretty cold all day. These are ones I usually go with or pick more often. So there's not much else to say with Quiet Nights. It's one of my favorite English blends that are on the heavier side. Some people even compare it to Penzance. If you've ever had Esoterica Penzance, they believe this is like the replacement for it. And I've never tried Penzance, so I can't say that. But this is a great blend for those who are wanting something a little heavier as well. And my other one's over here. Let me get it. All right. The last one. Did I choose this one? I already did that. That's Star of the East. Okay. Last one that I have, and I have a runner-up. So the last one I have is one that I've given away some of it already in a trade, or maybe I gave it away with some pipes I sold. But I have one more tin of it left, and that is Seattle Pipe Club's Wild Man. This is the last tin I own, and I think I've mentioned before, I'm just not a big Seattle Pipe Club guy. I don't like how they ferment their leaf. It just doesn't sit well. Some people love them because of that aspect. the fermentation that comes forth in just about every blend they have, you're going to taste it. So one reason I don't care for Seattle Pipe Club too much is that. The second reason I don't care so much for Seattle Pipe Club blends is a lot of their blends are crumble cakes. They just love their crumble cakes. I don't know why they don't drift into more flakes. They do have ribbon cuts. Deception Pass is a Virginia Perique type blend that is a ribbon cut I didn't care for. This was the only blend that Seattle Pipe Club I can say I kind of like. It's more Oriental forward. And I do like the spiciness of it from the Orientals. And so Seattle Pipe Club is one I will probably pop open and try time to time. Definitely a good like more fall than winter for me blend, and one I like to get back into. I don't even know if I'll replace it when I'm done with it, but it's one I want to get back into when the fall comes around for us, which is October and November is really when it hits for us. So finally, I got a number 6, and it's a runner-up. It's one that I actually just had like a couple days ago, and I think most of you who like it, you'll try it all the year round, and that is formerly Dunhill, now Peterson Nightcap. The older sister, older brother, whatever you want to say, of Early Morning Pipe. It's very similar to as far as when it comes to heavy English. There's distinctions of the taste. Very similar to Star of the East. Very similar to Nightcap in that or Quiet Nights in that regard. But I do like Quiet Nights better, by the way. But Nightcap is another one that I'll go to time to time. It's going to be. I feel like the Perique is a little more distinct in this one than Quiet Nights, and good or bad. I do think it's a little more distinct. And so that's one that I'll also tend to grab to or tend to lean towards when the winter time comes about. So those are my top 6, top 5. Like I said, they're not exactly replacing my rotations when fall, winter comes, but they are going to be ones I grab to or gravitate towards more often. So go ahead and begin planning this. Whether you like any of these or not, if you know you like some blends more in the fall and winter, might be a good time to start stocking up and get some of those blends. I know there's those that just disappear when they come out. Sleepy Hollow is a aromatic blend that's very popular and disappears very quickly. And I'm trying to remember the shop that releases it, and they're in Kentucky. Some of you already know, and you can put it in the comments. It escapes me, but some blends just disappear when certain times of the year comes. So you want to be a little prepared if you plan on trying to get some in your cellar. So guys, let me know in the comments, what do you like during the fall and winter? Are there some blends you tend to gravitate towards? I'd be interested to know. I'm always interested in grabbing more myself. So let me know in the comments your thoughts. And that's all I have today, guys. I hope you guys are taking care and be blessed, and we'll talk to you soon.